Please call the meeting to order. Roll call, Ms. Worsler.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Here. Present. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, I just turned.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Entertain a motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Schroeder, a second by Mr. Hartwell. Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. We'll have celebrations. We will start with JROTC Raider Meet Success. The Joplin High School JROTC Eagle Battalion brought home 2 trophies from the JROTC Raider Meet held at Camp Crowder on September 20th. They won first place in the physical test and first place in the obstacle course. Raider meets are high-intensity athletic competitions that test the cadets in individual and team competitions. Congratulations, Joplin JROTC cadets and instructors. Next, we have our support staff September winner, Melinda Preston. Melinda is our sign language interpreter at East Middle School. She was nominated by a colleague at East who described her as an incredible asset, not only for the deaf students she works with, but for the whole school, stating she goes above and beyond her job duties. Students benefit from the inclusion of deaf students to the school community, and she makes sure our deaf students are successful. Thank you, Melinda, for your hard work and dedication. Thank you to Missouri American Water for your donation to Franklin Technology Center. FTC Director Casey Dorton said, with this donation, we can give students hands-on training with the same equipment they'll see in the workplace. And this will remove financial barriers for our kids, letting them keep their tools after graduation so they are ready to work right away. Please help us thank our friends at Missouri American Water for their very generous donation. English Language Learners Family Night. This past Monday night, we had nearly 200 English language learners and their families join us for a social night. Joplin Schools serves students from 41 nations, speaking at least 36 different languages. The evening included students showing what they've learned, games, snacks, new connections, and fellowship. Thank you to the EL teachers, translators, support staff, and administrative staff who hosted such a fun evening, and to the families that attended. Joplin Schools takes first place in the Metro Corporate Challenge. Staff volunteers from across the district competed in several team activities this month in the Metro Corporate Challenge, a community-based fundraiser. The Joplin Schools team competed in pickleball, basketball, dodgeball, 5K run, volleyball, men's, women's, and co-ed bowling, both men's and women's bench press, and golf at the driving range. They showed their talents, had fun, earned medals, and represented Joplin Schools with eagle pride. And I think we have some participants in the audience if anyone wants autographs after the meeting.
$50.
Congratulations to Philip Soul, our Teacher Proud Tuesday winner. That is our first winner for the school year. He is our JHS band director. Mr. Soul was nominated by numerous parents, students, and colleagues who point out his incredible dedication to the band program, and more importantly, to the individual students who look to him for guidance, inspiration, encouragement, and leadership. Thank you for going all in every day and making a lasting impact on your students. And finally, Christian Kavanagh, a 2025 graduate, has once again made Joplin proud. DESE announced yesterday that 3 Missouri high school seniors were selected as members of the U.S. Presidential Scholars Program. There were only 158 additional students from across the country to be selected. The president recognized these outstanding students for their accomplishments in academics, the arts, as well as career and technical education fields. Students chosen had outstanding performances on their SAT, ACT, or were nominated through partner recognition organizations. Congratulations to Christian. And now we will have our student advisor report, Ms. Ransdell.
All right. I'll wait for my presentation to be up. Okay. So first, the cross country meet, we had 3 medalers. Ava Dahl got second on varsity and ran her PR. Ty Edwards got 13th, Maddie Kerr got 13th, and JV Boys got 7th place. The Joplin Raider meet, we brought home 2 first place trophies. Girls golf, Scarlett Satterley has placed in every event this season, and Reed Stanley placed at CJ. And band took 3rd place overall at CJ, and percussion took best in their class.
Thank you. The superintendent's data report, please, Dr. Saketa.
Okay, we have 2 things this evening for our strategic focus. First is summer school 2025 recap. Dr. Mongiel has some folks here for that. And our wellness plan presentation by Dr. Pattison.
Yes, and Mr. Atkins, Ms. Wieselmeyer, and Ms. Horton are making their way up to join me. Ms. Brewer apologizes for not being able to be here this evening. These 3 are going to be able to give you the reality of the success of summer school. But before they get started, summer school, you know, kids ebb and flow as far as attendance. And so we take the total number and we see how many equivalent full-time students that would be. We were up 258 last year and 289 this year. So that doesn't equate to students. Those are the ADA points that we submit. So that is huge. That is a huge increase for us that not only directs the amount of kids we served, but it also directs the impact for the school district in our submission for summer school numbers. A couple to call out. Mr. Wieselmeyer is going to talk about middle school programming, but high school, we had students recover 302 credits. That is double from what we had last year. So there was a lot of very intentional effort with our high school team to have students recover as many credits as possible. So last year was 164, this year was 302. So that is a huge celebration, but then I'll kick it over here to these guys. Mr. Atkins can talk about elementary as well as Ms. Horton, but then Ms. Horton also helped with some of our programming that was unique for middle school.
All right, yeah, elementary, great success, had a ton of fun this summer, and you know, some of the highlights. Oh, I was holding it down, thank you.
It's not turning green. It's supposed to go.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome.
Messed up, but then it looked like it started working.
All good. Okay. So to start things, you know, months in advance, a lot of planning. So we brought teams of teachers together and worked on field trips and kind of revamping the camps and the instructional focus, and also just being good stewards for the supply ordering. So teams of teachers brought together several different times and worked hard at that. I think we had great success based on, you know, teacher feedback and obviously student engagement. Still had field trips, you know, learning and some fun activities, even local things like touring Missouri Southern, and then still some fun in the hot sun, going to the splash pad and things like that. So like I mentioned, a lot of fun, but also a renewed focus on learning during summer school to make sure that that was still very important. So Mr. Wieselmeyer, I think, is going to talk some about our career pathways and what we did at the middle school level. You've got a green one, okay.
Good evening, everybody. So this is, I don't know, I think maybe my 4th year of doing summer school, best summer yet. It was incredible. Brought a great team of teachers together, which I think tremendously helps to get students to summer school. They spread the word in their respective buildings, and the students know who they are. So I think they really help with that. Our numbers were way up from last year. I'll get to that in just a minute, but again, a great team. We did some of the same stuff. I think it's really important to do a lot of extension activities through the summer for students that they don't normally get a chance to do. So again, touring colleges, Missouri Southern, Crowder, Franklin Tech, I think that's very important for our kiddos to get to see. Also Pitt State, and just different places that students get to go, different historical places as well. But I'm going to let Ms. Horton talk about the career pathways a little bit. We're going to extend on that, but just a couple of more things for summer school. So just some numbers, and I really think location at North has helped us out a lot. 2 years ago, so Dr. Mwangi and I were talking a little bit ago about students who were at summer school. So how many students are there on day one, and then how many students are there on the last day. So we keep a count every day of how many are there. So the total number 2 years ago was 4,200, about 4,267 to be precise. Last year was 3,725. It dipped a little bit, but this year total number was 5862. So 2,100 more students total throughout the entire summer were there. So a huge success. I love to do attendance every day. I was just very excited about it. So anyway, one other thing I think really helped, we offer PE for credit for middle school students, which means they can attend summer school taking PE all day long, and then they get that PE credit out of the way so they don't have to take it during the school year, and they can take an extra elective. A lot of our students want to be in multiple musical classes, so I think that's really helped. We had over 120 students taking summer school PE at one time this summer, so we had to hire another teacher, which was a great problem to have. But anyway, it was a tremendous summer, and I'm going to let Ms. Horton talk a little bit about the career pathways.
Good evening. Am I good? Okay. My name is Tracy Horton, and I teach 5th grade at Soaring. So Mrs. Boer is my lead principal at my building, and so I think that was probably the connection of why I was asked. Sadly, she can't be here tonight, but what's cool about being a 5th grade teacher is being sort of a bridge between elementary and middle school, because we are constantly trying to prepare them for middle school. And I know career pathways is sort of our Joplin school's buzzword right now. And so what's beautiful about that is that we have wonderful local businesses who partnered with us this summer. Joplin Police Department is one of them. We have the best SROs in the world, I will say. That is not tested, but that is Tracy Horton tested. So what we did this year that was different, last year we did a pilot program where we offered it to all middle school students. This year we only offered it to incoming 6th grade students. So the cool thing about that is that they already have a connection with those SROs. And then that was a natural segue for them to be able to go to the training centers to witness the K-9 trainings and the obstacle course, which I did, which I passed. There's video, but no one will ever see that disgusting video. But seriously, it was just a lot of fun. And it was really cool for them to have that bond to continue with those SROs and to create a really healthy relationship between the police force and themselves, because sometimes they've had negative experiences, whether it's personally or just maybe something that they've heard or seen. So that was a really cool thing for them to see, that there are many, many different facets of the police department. Freeman Health Systems was also another one. And we piloted a program for only 7th and 8th grade students. About 20 students participated. And although it grosses me out completely, they had a great time doing sutures and learning how to do a fake IV and things of that nature. And we actually were bused over to Freeman, which made it that much more impactful. And hopefully that will feed into those career pathways. Next year, Mr. Wieselmeyer and I are especially excited. We're hoping, we've already talked to a local business who has some land and who has offered to do sort of an outdoor day camp, once a week. And so we're going to do sort of like an outdoor style, not survivor, but more survival style camp. So we hope to continue to add more pathways each year. Mr. Adkins was awesome this summer. He allowed us to pilot a wellness day with Freeman, and they incoming fifth graders sampled stations. I think Mr. Robertson, your son, did it, and he also passed the obstacle course. So you should be proud of that. But they participated in that, and that was just a really beautiful time to use local businesses and to show children that there are adults outside of even education who they can learn and grow from. I absolutely loved the summer. These gentlemen are fabulous to work with. They rolled with every idea that I had, even if it was an hour before. So I really appreciate that. And then I know me and Miss Marta, we went to the Elks Lodge over there, and we spoke with them, and they're very excited about what we're doing. So the community is excited about Joplin schools and all that we are trying to innovate. So if you guys have any.
Yes. Thank you. They have done, I think, a huge piece of our summer success has been the teachers are really, and the leaders in the buildings are helping drive that. They know what our kids are looking for. So lots of great things. We still do our academic extension and enrichment. So we still saw that foundational literacy. Rising first graders, we increased by 14%, rising second and third by 6% in those respective grade levels. So we're still seeing the academic improvement, but I think this new leg of what you're experiencing is our goal to help connect to the high school academies the high school has started. So any questions you have for the team?
Just one, what was the total enrollment that we had this summer?
Total
middles.
289.
Yeah, go ahead. Total enrollment varied over 3,000 kids depending on the level and what they were engaged in. So when you take the ADA, that is a full-time student as if they were in the school year the whole year. So enrollment was over 3,000. That fluctuates day to day, but the ADA, we were up 31 points on that.
Super, thank you.
You bet.
Very good. Good work this summer. Next, Dr. Dickey has our financial statements and our health and dental plan update.
We do wellness next.
We have wellness.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go over wellness? I announced that earlier. Dr. Pattison, wellness, and Justin Crawford has worked with her on that. So please go ahead.
We have two members of our committee here to present tonight, Brock Compton and Josh Thompson. We had about 20 people that participated all last year. We had about 6 meetings. And we've already started meeting this year as well, but they're going to give you a little update on how we came about with our plan and a little bit about our staff wellness challenge.
So the first thing we did was we put together a committee. Now I'm green. We put together a committee. We'll go over kind of what that committee looked like and the different community members that were a part of that. We revised our DESI model. Give you a little bit of that too. And then we talked about specifically staff wellness activities and challenges that you guys have already gotten to celebrate some of that at today's meeting as well. So our community members we had teachers, we had principals, parents, administrators, director of food and nutrition services, school board member of that. And then also we really started out with a lot of outside community stakeholders. We had some outside businesses and stuff that could just help us take a look at what our policies looked like and help make sure that it aligned with where our students are headed. So nutrition, we took a look at school meals. Access to water was a big piece of that. The types of food and beverages that our students have access to throughout the day, how that coincides with celebrations and rewards to make sure that we're keeping consistent messaging and not doing a donut reward party to reward healthy eating. That was our original wellness committee snack. We did amend that. And then also to make sure that whenever we're doing fundraising pieces, that also helped us. We were promoting healthy choices there. And then we made sure, especially at the elementary level, to make sure that we were giving equitable access to not only just physical education, but physical movement throughout the day. as well with recess, and to make sure that we weren't using recess as a carrot to hold out in front of students, that we had access to recess across the board.
So we had, during these meetings, we talked about what we want to do for staff wellness and how we want to promote healthiness and wellness within our own staff across the district. And so we, as a team, created different quarterly challenges, and we're kind of revamping them as we go, trying to see what works, what the staff enjoy, what is getting them interested and engaged. And so this first quarter, we've run a water and steps challenge. That's encouraging our staff to drink 64 ounces of water a day, but also to take at least 6,000 steps a day to be active. We have some staff who have gone well above and beyond. One of our staff members from McKinley is averaging, I want to say, over 25,000 steps a day. She's very active, and she's pushing the bounds of what we thought we were going to see in this.
What we thought was humanly possible.
Yeah,
really,
honestly.
it was.
It's incredible. We have over 300 staff members enrolled in the program, actively participating, updating their steps daily. They can be tracked through their watch or through their phone, or if they have like a pedometer for some of our other members that have don't use like using digital things. And so they'll input their steps daily. They also input their water to allow us to see that they're doing the challenges. We started looking forward to quarter two and looking at what we can do to encourage them not just to be physically healthy, but also mentally. And so I'm encouraging them to look back at their day and have a positive mood or what they did that day, but also in their nutrition, and that they are engaging in healthier eating habits. And so they're able to go into the app that we use, and that allows them to mark on the day a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, saying, I ate really well today, or I didn't eat well. And it kind of like puts something in their hands where they can say, oh, I didn't do well. Maybe I can try better tomorrow, and maybe I'll eat some more fruit, or whatever they can do to try and better themselves. And so we've kind of planned out what these wellness challenges look like over the year. So we have prizes that go along with them for highest steps or highest building, attendance or participation, and that allows them to be incentivized, but also trying to make those things healthier. So we talked about not doing donuts, doing like a yogurt bar, something for those people who participated, allowing them to have a healthier breakfast that day for winning buildings. And outside of the wellness challenge, we also participated in the corporate challenge that was celebrated a little earlier, and we had more than 60 members from our staff participate in the main events, but then a total of 36 the very first day for the kickoff. That included children and spouses. So we had 36 staff members, but then a lot of family members came and helped out too. And ultimately, we brought home the gold. We did fantastic and had a lot of fun while doing it. And it was fun to see all the different staff members come together and meet other people. I met some people that I'd never met before from Dunawag or from Jefferson that I've never worked with. And so.
And Brock, we were reigning champions, and we have
Yes.
secured that now 2 years in a row.
Yes, we were, and we're looking for the three-peat this next year.
You should get our heavy stepper, the 25,000 steps.
Yeah.
Make sure she's on our team.
She worked with us in dodgeball, and we won that. And so, yeah, no.
Pacing around. Yeah.
She's
She
landing
was-
her feet.
In between games, I kid you not, she was taking her steps. She was not staying still, so she's doing the right thing for us. And so other opportunities that we have, looking through our well-being solutions, our Be Well app through Anthem allows us to better track our different, all the different things that we do, but also sees the benefits we get from our health program and things that they allow us to do. I think there's a point system involved with that. And so we have some people that are very interested in that. Our school health benefit and retail therapy fair, that was the beginning of the year, August 1st. I wasn't there, I was at a PD, but from my understanding, it went very well. We had some people sign up for our different events, and a lot of people came through the booth.
Yep.
And then our employee assistance program, I don't have much information on. Tracy or Justin? More information?
We instituted that at the board's direction a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
From some of the surveys that the survey results that came back to the strategic plan was for mental health assistance. And so we found that sometimes in this area, when people need assistance, there's a waiting list often to get the services people need. So our EAP is an employee assistance program that allows people to get financial help, mental health related services, all of that. I think they get 5 or 6 visits. I can't
wanna
remember
say
exactly.
6.
Is it 6? And it's all via telephone or online, so that they can use that as a bridge to get the services they need. And that's for all of our part-time and full-time employees.
Anything else?
Just, I mean, Freeman Telemedicine is something that we've worked and partnered with Freeman for, gosh, Carrie, I can't remember how many years. Dr. Skeda, do you remember when that was instituted?
I think this is going on 3 years, I believe, with them.
Is it 3
I
years?
believe it's 3 years.
Yeah. So that helps our staff be able to go in on their plan periods and things like that and not have to go home. And then we are doing our on-site flu shot clinics as we speak.
I think half of my building participated in that today, so that seems really successful. People
And that
appreciate
helps us with, keeping staff here and keeping them well. And Anthem, when we switched to them last year, were very generous into giving us extra money
Yeah.
to do all of these things that the Wellness Committee has worked on to develop for our staff wellness. And as Brock said, there's a point system. We have the Be Well app, and then we have the Sydney app. And they actually do get, I don't want to say rewards. Dr. Dickey's rewards the wrong term. It's rewards, okay. And we just paid the bill for last year. Was that close to 25,000? I think I'd have to defer to her for the exact numbers. But we gave our staff up to close to around $25,000 in reimbursement for activities that relate to wellness. So.
Any questions?
I wanted to say thank you to the whole group and the whole committee. A lot of good work there, and also providing an example for the rest of the district as well as with the corporate challenge, and appreciate all the work you guys are doing to get people out and to have some camaraderie and work together as a team and have some fun together while exercising. Sorry, Marty.
The teams in the corporate challenge this year were Missouri Southern, KCU, Kansas City University. We had Southern Star, which is an oil and gas pipeline company, and then Casey's, the gas station company. And Casey's and Missouri Southern were our biggest competition. Casey's had some very intricate work to get their truck drivers in, and they were planning routes about who could come in and compete in certain events. So they have a wide network. And so it was really fun to see and talk with them and see just network and say, what are you guys doing to get people involved? And it was very fun. It was a very fun time.
I was going to say compliments on a very comprehensive program. I like the balance and the rewards and the reinforcement for our staff, encouragement for our staff. I think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Because we're putting our money
Yep.
to good as a reward, but we're encouraging our staff to stay healthy, and we're there for them if they need us.
Yep.
And I like that.
But we are self-funded with our insurance, with our benefits, and all staff wellness programs show a return on investment. So I think it's something that I think the committee is working well together. We've had tons of community and stakeholder input with it. And I think staff are really, this is really just our first year launching this. And we already have, I think, tremendous participation. So we have a great team, and we look forward to doing even more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now, Dr. Dickey.
Financial statements. I made big notes on all of my notes for today in red to remind myself that today is the last day of September, but what I'm reporting to you tonight is through the end of August. And so we're another entire month into the school year, but this is wrapping up month end August 31, 2025. So ending August 31st, when we looked at our balances and looked at the bank, we had some miscellaneous accounts totaling a little over $136,000. We still held $12.5 million in general investment and debt service accounts, and then almost $90 million invested in MoSIP and MoCat. Interest rates at the end of August were anywhere from 3.6% to 4.3%. Since, or in the middle of September, the Feds dropped interest 25 basis points, and so we expect 1 to 2 more drops before the end of the year. So we're trying to keep money tied up that we can in higher rates as long as we can, but we know that those rates are going to be dropping, and so we'll try to find other ways to take advantage of that drop in interest rates. When you look at revenue and expense comparisons, I just like us to keep in mind again that fiscal year 25 had that federal ESSER reimbursement in it. And so we're going to see that big gap between last year and this year, most of the year, because of the $6 million that were brought in last July. And then our net position right now is negative, but that's normal in the fall. And so just kind of bringing everybody's attention to as we get through the fall months before tax money starts rolling in, this is typical for school finances. So we're on par budget-wise. The plan for next month is to bring you the first budget adjustment. And so we've made our first payroll, and we will start analyzing the budget that was approved and see what changes need to come before you.
And Jordan, that 6 million, was that the total for ESSER for 2025, that additional bump that we had?
Yes.
As a one-time
Yeah.
only?
Yeah, we spent the last of the ESSER money at the very end of 2024, and we requested that money fiscal year 24, and they paid it out July. And so we didn't have any expenses last year in ESSER, but we got the final revenue boost.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Health and dental. Again, as of August 31st, so we actually already have some insight into what September is looking like, but the numbers in front of you are as of August 31st. We had spent a little under 2 million of the 8.9 million budgeted. It represented about 21.9% of the budget. Last August, we were at 21.8% of the budget. So we're consistent there. However, our expenses are up about 200,000 at the same point we were at last year. Total revenues for the healthcare plan were 484,000, and then total disbursements were 832,000, with the ending balance as of August 31st at 783,000, which represents about 1.14 months worth of average claims and admin costs. Which that is low. And so if that gives you pause, it also gives me pause. So we are really watching things carefully. I can tell you, though, that since this, we have made our first September payroll, which includes the first contributions on the new plan rates with the district. The district has a much higher contribution this year, and so with the employees taking on a small increase as well. And so we can expect to see additional revenues going into the fund. We know that we have some high costs coming out right now. August was certainly better than July, but I'll forewarn you that September's numbers look pretty rough. But we are sitting to where we're still maintaining a balance. We're watching it carefully. We're monitoring some stop loss reimbursements to make sure that we maintain a balance in the health fund. When we look at dental,
just a question real quick for my
Sure.
The stop loss is not netted in that at this point, right?
We have already received, and I didn't bring that sticky in here, we've received about 115,000. I talked to Veronica about it yesterday. We've received about 115,000 in stop loss reimbursements, with another 115 on the way currently. There's potentially more because we haven't received all the claims that will come through the end of September.
Okay, so the stop loss is not all netted in yet.
Not all of it.
That's okay. It's
Part,
just,
but not all.
Yeah.
Part,
Okay.
but not all.
Okay.
Sure. And so, yeah, I actually talked to Jamie about that yesterday. I wanted to see of what we've claimed, how much have we actually seen. We haven't seen a deposit since I took over as CFO, and so I'd had some questions about when are we getting the next one. But there's some more on the way that we have billed for. And I hadn't mentioned, but just flashing back to fiscal year 25, August of 2024, our ending balance was 2.3 million. And so now, as you can see, under 800,000, that's why HPAC and we've worked together to make those tough decisions about rate increases. And we hadn't had one in a while, and the district certainly took on the brunt of the increase. But it is time to put some more funds in the health fund. We need to make sure.
And something else that Dr. Dickey shared with me yesterday when I asked about it is that we are close to hitting our aggregate stop loss limit as well.
Yes, which we are really hoping that we don't, so that the next time we bid out stop loss, that doesn't come into effect. But that's the current reality. But we are watching it.
Dr. Dickey, you made a comment at the end of the health plan update, that there are additional revenues coming in this year.
Yes.
from the district and from employees as well. Can you speak to what those additional revenues might be?
What the additional revenues? Sure. So we have done a monthly payroll and a biweekly payroll with the new contributions. So every time we do monthly payroll, we will see an additional 65,000 over what we normally contribute. And then with biweekly payroll, we're expecting an additional almost 37,000. We can plan on one monthly payroll and 2 biweekly payrolls a month. Some months we have 3 biweekly payrolls. So we're looking at an additional 140,000 per month.
And that's through the increase in
Through the increase in
and the
premiums.
increase in the contribution by the district.
Correct.
Total revenue, right?
Total, yeah. So normally we're seeing 465, about 620,000 contributed. Now we will see 620,000, but before about 500,000. So we're gonna watch, and of course it fluctuates based off of how many payrolls we see in a month.
So about 1.6 million a year we anticipate taking in addition this year?
Yeah, whenever the month is September is gonna close today, and we have HPAC soon, where we'll meet with Jamie and get the final number who all signed up for open enrollment and look at it fleshed out. But then we will start projecting out total. But yes, we're hoping that we'll see an increase there. We are seeing an increase in claim costs,
Sure.
and it's not looking better yet. Like, we are still on an upward trend, and so we're hoping though that we reach that point of where we're building the balance back up instead of.
So we think the $1.6 million in additional funding will put us in a good position next year.
That is my hope. I have not projected out where I'm hoping we will end June 30 at, or if we're looking plan year at the end next September. But that's some of the work that I will do this October as we're prepping for HPAC.
And I know as costs rise, of course, we have more
Sure.
overhead there, but just curious to see what that looks like over the next year.
Yeah, we will keep a close watch, and I will try to give you a better estimate of what I'm forecasting could happen throughout the year. But as those of you that regularly see insurance claims come through, 1 week we might have 200,000 in claims, and the next it might be almost 500,000 in a single week, and so it just fluctuates drastically.
Thank you.
And dental, we didn't really talk about dental, but we are still spending down that balance. No changes there.
Would you
But
share?
you can't, I mean, you can't answer by this question and say yes for sure, because you don't know yet.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So I didn't want her to think like she
Right.
can't answer, because it's impossible to know.
It is.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we're on the right track as we move forward throughout the next year.
We will be in a much better position with the new contributions to the plan.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone have any other questions? All right, thank you, Dr. Dickey. Public comments, Ms. Worsler. Thank you. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Ms. Eric, I'd ask that we remove item 7E from the consent agenda and place it on the regular agenda. I move to approve the consent agenda as presented
With 7E.
with the
removed.
reduction of
Do I
7E.
have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Hartwell, a second by Mr. Hurd. Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. The regular agenda accounts payable, Dr. Dickey.
Okay, they're putting the summary up there for you. We have a total payment of bills, a little under 10 million, 9.9 million. Just for an explanation of, if you look at fiscal year 25 to 26, last year, our bill cycle was August 21st through September 17th. And so we had an entire bill cycle that missed a monthly payroll, which is a lot of expenses. And so if anybody had questions about why the drastic difference, it was that last year you did not see a monthly payroll in the bills presented.
I move to approve the accounts payables presented, please.
Second?
A motion by Mr. Hartwell, a second by Ms. Schroeder. Please vote.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we have Board of Education goals, Dr. Cepeda.
Okay, annually, the Board of Education looks at inward and to be an example to the rest of the district about continuous improvement. And this year's goals are very similar to last year's goals. In fact, there's only one slight addition. Modeling continuous improvement, advocating for Joplin schools are all important pillars of the goals, and also providing feedback to the superintendent to evaluate performance. This year, we add a review of the policies as part of that as item 3C. So I appreciate the board's interest and willingness to continue to look inward to improve their own practices and procedures. Also, the advocacy for schools is more important than it's ever been and will continue to be important for all board members as well as the superintendent and anybody in schools to be a voice for public education. And then also, as far as my performance, always feedback is always part of what we should always be modeling and doing and trying to look inward. And I appreciate the feedback you give me. So I would recommend that the Board of Education adopt the goals for 25-26 as listed.
Does anyone have questions?
Bless you.
about Our board goals.
I would make a motion to adopt the board goals as presented.
Second. A motion by Mr. Hurd, a second by Ms. Musser. Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. Dr. Harding, virtual server refresh.
Yes, I'll have Hunter and Bryce come up here from our networking staff to talk about a refresh to our servers that hold quite a few of our infrastructure that we have on our technology side, and let them come here and talk about the fine details of this refresh we're asking for.
Well, essentially, bigger, faster, better boxes in order to, I mean, they're 9-volt right now, and we're just refreshing. I'd love to answer any questions.
How old are the servers?
They're about getting 6 years old right now.
Okay, and so some of these say they're virtual, which means they're in the cloud. Is that what this is?
No, it's they're virtual servers, so essentially there are multiple computers on one box that a lot of our critical infrastructure is hosted on.
Okay, so we're still hosting the servers in-house?
We host about 25 different servers here, but we have about 650 applications that we host on the cloud.
And Matt, this is probably more in your world, but I know in many businesses that we moved everything out into the cloud and we got rid of the infrastructure and the servers.
Is PowerSchool still local?
Yes.
Yeah, so the student information
Yeah,
database,
so that's
PowerSchool, is a pretty hefty program that we're hosting it locally instead of in the cloud for reasons. I don't know why.
See, there was a time when we tried the cloud, and that was the SIS system that really messed up on us, and there was a huge latency issue. So I said, the next time because we always stayed on it for a year and a half, and we had to switch because they couldn't get it shipped out. And so I promised the next one that we would bring it on-prem, so the latency would go away, and we just have it in-house, so when you're in district, there's no latency. It's kind of the same thing with the PM servers. Plus, if we lose our internet connection, we still got a great connectivity because everything's connected regionally right.
How many physical servers do we have now?
Here, it's basically going to be the same thing. We have 3 hosts and 1 SAN that attaches to those hosts is storage.
My only concern with looking at this was the fact that we're paying someone else to install it instead of us doing it ourselves. But it's only $12,000 to have someone come in and do it. So that's pretty good, hourly rate to do the migration from the old system to the new system.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're not going to have to do anything with our own staff. Just make sure it gets done right.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So, pretty good return on time wise, anyway. So, in previous places, we always did the work ourselves, but just a different system process. So,
And the latency issue, Eric, I mean, when I've had that, it's had to do with the line that I had coming into the building was the issue. It's not that it's sitting in the cloud, right?
It depends on where it's hosted at too, but usually it's not that big of an issue. It just kind of goes back to when we had that really big, our closest time to move the SIS into the cloud, and it really is.
We're going to spend the money one way or the other, whether we spend it to host it at Power School or whether we host it local. And if we host it local, we're getting more bang for our buck, I think, versus part and piecing it out, right?
Yeah, but you're always signing up for the hardware costs, though.
Right.
The same
Yeah.
thing keeps coming back, which is why just
Yeah.
about every business.
Every 5
is
years.
sending that out to the cloud now.
Yeah, but I think more and more businesses, though, are bringing stuff back on site because cloud resources are getting so expensive every month, instead of just a one time. Are we using E-rate money to purchase any of this?
No, this isn't E-rate eligible.
It's not. Okay.
I actually, it hasn't been approved yet, but I do have the grant out like I bought for the MacBook Airs. I don't know, they've taken a really long time because I've had it in for probably about 7-8 months now, but I haven't got any word back, but if it comes back, then hopefully that's covered part of this.
Anyone have any additional questions?
Move to approve the virtual server refresh, please.
Just one more. And, Matt, I mean, for servers to be replaced in 6 years, I mean, is that the normal life
Yeah,
cycle?
we as a district want to keep them supported under a support contract because of the resiliency we need as a district. So I don't think that's unreasonable. And having a 6-year-old server is not outrageous, but also if one of them goes down, we have resiliency with having multiple servers. But again, if one goes down, that puts us in a pickle for services we're offering to our staff.
So the timing's appropriate then?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a motion.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Hartwell, a second by Ms. Schroeder. Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. Dr. Harding, EMS JHS train renewal.
Yes, and I'll have Dave come up here to add to this, but Joplin High School and East Middle School / Shoring Heights are two of our biggest square footage buildings in the district. They're also both, their HVAC units are water towers and chillers, so completely different than what we're doing with the other buildings. And so with the square footage and the complexity of the systems, we tend to want to keep more of an eye on those, and that's kind of where training has come in with the service agreement. And I'll let Dave add any comment to it and address any questions.
Okay, sure. I'm going to side note here because I'm going through just a moment. About 3 hours ago, we returned from the Missouri School Plant Managers Association conference in Branson. And I just want to say, after spending time with about 500 attendees representing approximately 180 districts, thank you to our board and to our administration for the support that we have, both emotionally, physically, and financially. In talking with a lot of my cohorts, they're not as fortunate as I, and so I want to thank each one of you for how you support our district and the facilities department. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for what you do for us as well. So
Appreciate it.
it goes both ways.
We are bringing to you, it's a contract that we currently have reached the end of a 5-year cycle, so this would be a continuation of a new 5-year contract for PM service for both East Middle School and Joplin High School combined. They both have there are 4 large boilers at East Middle School, and there are 4 really large boilers at Joplin High School. And so we are asking you to extend that co-op purchase for a total of $98,258, and that is the total for the next 5 years for all 3 boilers.
Just one question, Dave. What was the cost of the expiring contract that we had?
I would have to pull that data. It will be a little less than that because at the time, we just had 2 boilers that were functioning. And so now we've got 4 new boilers and they should all be functioning in service. But I can't get you that data.
In East was where we had the issue with the water
Yes.
filtration, so we've got that taken care of, so that's not going to affect the boilers going
That
forward.
is correct. And if there were issues that during the PM that would be done by training, if they would bring those to our attention, along with the services of our chemical folks as well.
Okay,
just to follow up, just let me know what that was. I'm just curious, but. So I make a motion to approve as presented by Dave and Matt.
I'll second. A motion by Mr. Hurd, a second by Ms. Musser. Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. And now Dr. Harding, thank you, Dave, the Kelsey Norman playground change order.
Yes, so that is. So yes, that was the project we worked over the summer where we replaced the playground equipment at Kelsey Norman. When we got into the concrete, the footings were not properly poured, and so we had to completely pour new footings and really kind of change the entire landscape of the playground area. And so to make the slope proper from the playground area down to the play fields and the track, we had to do some additional dirt work, plant additional grass. Unfortunately, there's been an armyworm infestation into the grass, so literally overnight, the grass all disappeared. It was coming in wonderfully, and so we have had the track finished and poured, but we also have some more dirt work and some more grass work to do in that area to get it all cleaned up, and then we'll put everything back together after the work is complete. So hopefully we can get that complete in the next few weeks. Would I entertain any additional questions about it?
So the reason I pulled this item, I was contacted by individuals who live near and around the Kelsey Norman zone, and they shared concerns about the playground and what they saw as some areas that were not completely done yet with ruts and other spaces that they didn't think was for the best. I brought that forward to you and Dr. Saketa as well, and I feel good about that. But I also told those individuals that I would pull this item and we could talk about what you just shared. And I shared that information with them, and I'm sure there's other people who are interested in that as well. Because the project started in May and we're in October. And I think that the concern for them was, what's going on here and how long is their playground going to be shut down?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's any of the playground shut down except for the section of asphalt track. The playground equipment should be accessible.
I think maybe it's the berms that you've got a significant amount of obviously orange fencing and spaces that haven't been leveled out, and the track went it, I think, last week. So I think that was the question marks that I received. So I ask those questions, but sometimes it's nice when other people can hear it from the people who are working in it every day.
Sure.
But there are places for the kids to play.
Oh, absolutely. They're full access playground, full access to the basketball goals, blacktop, full access to the field. And that's part of the reason why we don't want the trucks driving through the soccer fields and the other areas. And so we don't want to put something back together and have the trucks and the crews come in and tear it back up again. So we get everything put back together. We want to do it once and not have to do it multiple times.
And I see that we fixed our fence from a safety and security standpoint, so it's not held together anymore without the crossbar. So that's great.
So you just need a motion on the.
I'm sorry.
You just need a motion on the change order. I'll make that motion.
Make a motion to approve the change order as presented by Matt.
Lori had the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, Lori.
Yes, sorry. A motion by Ms. Musser, a second by Mr. Hurd. Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Robertson, a second by Mr. Hurd.
Let's go.
Please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you.
We're all very reticent.